Let me everybody take a deep breath in. Wait, before that, can you go ahead and play my track, Carlos? Thank you. Bro. All right, everybody take a deep breath in. Out. Deep breath in. Out. It's called control. I got y'all now. So pay attention. First one I didn't memorize, I'm not gonna lie. But this is powerful. One more riff. Transform. That's it. My name is Twosense. Thank you for being here. Appreciate y'all. I just settled the mood a little bit. Y'all welcome. All right. You know, as a poet, it's hard not to write about love. So in attempts to stray away from a niche I find myself so obsessed with, I find controversies like politics. How facades win votes. How lies win the size of people's minds. How promises sound promising and plots are devised to promote plights. Oh yeah. And then I remembered how hard it is not to write about love. How facades win the ballad of a heart. How lies intertwined your mind with mine, finding false commonalities. How promises promote hopes and beliefs leading to plight. And then I try to write about race. Where there are no finish lines, but I want mine to be in first place. How I can find bias based off skin tone. How prejudice leads blind to lead the blind. How mine is better than yours, but let's find reasons why we are equal. And then I remembered how hard it is not to write about love. How this felt like a foot race, where I wanted you to take the lead so I can follow at your pace, being cautious of any missteps that may help with along the way. How I find biased based off of skin tone because you become the most beautiful thing to me. How a preconceived opinion is not based on reason can lead me to think blindly, since love has no logic, but it makes so much sense. How yours and mine reminds you of those stupid his and her novelties. How my opinion is better than yours, but compromise is the only course of action to take. Next, I try to write about self-worth. See, how I can find answers in books of other people's truths, trying to find how it's true for me too. How I learned to meditate to focus my cheese, chakras, life force to a single breath. How a single breath is all I need to tell the truth about me. How placing value on myself is a contradiction because you can't put a price on life, but it's easy to price match your worth with someone else's. How I find strength in myself. How I love myself. How I love myself. How I love myself. How love is important. How love is everywhere. How love is in everything. How if love was God, I would find it easy to worship this deity since it's easy to see what a broken heart feels like. Therefore, we know it's real. And the only faith part about it is having faith that love will last long enough to feel it again. Oh yeah. I forgot just how hard it is not to write about love. Thank you. Everybody, deep breath in, deep breath in. Bring it back. Out. I got the control right now. I got the mic. Appreciate you guys. You guys know how to do spoken word? You ever heard spoken word before? Yeah? Okay, y'all know when y'all hear something you like, you do this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this. Right? Or one of these. That boy good. Yeah. Right? For sure. That boy good. I'm about to take a little left. You know what's crazy? It's crazy the things we can think about when we're bored. Crazy thoughts. Thoughts like suicide. And then suicidal thoughts turn into habitual tendencies. Razor blades feeling nice, lining where them tendons be. Only looking within, so I guess I got a friend in me. Always feeling victimized. Everyone's an enemy. Noose around my neck and it's choking where I need to breathe, and it's choking too tight, but I guess it scared some sense into me. Shit. Like why I slit a wrist to suffocate all my energy when my energy is grabbing where I need to squeeze. With steel to the temple threatening to end me, I'm asking, is this where I need to be? What brought me to this? What brought me to my knees? Looking back at it all, I'm glad I kept a diary. It's all the bad shit and it felt so inspiring. I'm scared, Lord. Please come and help me. I'm not liking this deck of cards that the devil's dealt me. Constantly reminding me of why I need to end it now. It's like I'm a black sheep catching stares in a vicious crowd. And it all seems so scary when you're struggling to breathe. And here I am. I thought I can end it with ease, but God rocked my boat. He said, you've been tested, freeze. He said, everything you pray for, you eventually receive. Suicidal thoughts, never thought I can be so weak. It's like I have life, but I can also be its thief. So please, never turn your back if you have a friend in need. Because the next time it can be you or me. And Lord, please forgive these suicidal tendencies because I've never been depressed. No, I've never been depressed. I've never been sad. I've never been happy. And I've never been in denial either. Maybe just a little bit. But to address it, I try to fix it. So to address it, I wrote a letter to myself. Subject, depression. Body. Dear self, how was your day today? I know you had a rough day, but today, I know you had a rough day, but it's okay because today may be great. You see, I remember how you felt when you felt that way. I was there. Believe me. But I'm here to remind you that I'm here to hold you dear like the prefix to this letter, dear self. You are dear to me. You are dear to me, and I want to guarantee that you will keep on fighting, smiling, piling yourself with countless achievements. Shh, now I know today may promise to bring anxiety, but let's make sure we make that as temporary as a Cracker Jack box tattoo. Although we know it's promised to be long-lasting, just know it's not permanent. And permit me to say that I got your back. Yeah, I got your back. I got your back like your favorite JanSport backpack in the 7th grade. I got your back like a shell that prevents backache from falling back in your back when you backed up too late and got hit by something stray and you're now in pain. Dear me. You are dear to me. And I want to remind you, you are dear to me, and I want to guarantee you are dear to me. Let me pull out my phone so I can remind you how dear you are to me.
Let's go, Twosense.
Let's go. Dear me, you will make a million mistakes. But never once was that a bad thing. See, if you keep doing them the same way, I call that missed opportunity to be each time you mistake that for something good, avoiding the ill-fated phrase, I won't ever try that again. See, you have the ability to change mistake to great, so why linger? Why linger like that must that stains the air? See, you hate the smell of smoke, resorted to toast just to inhale temporary relief, and then exhale regret and self-disappointment. Now, it's okay. It's okay to be disappointed in yourself. It's just another way of recognizing yourself. That once dark figure grows clarity as you gain the courage to grow nearer and nearer, then you're near her, the Lady Fate. Caught in her gaze, fixed in her presence, you didn't dare misbehave. She provides you hope, purpose, and promise of another day, dear he. He told himself to check his pronouns because his actions are the results of no one else but me. Me, a name given to self, who finally found it okay to be selfish. Who gave me meaning and answered the question that stayed incessantly. And the question is, well, who is he? And the answer is, I am him. Proud, brave, and thankful to be alive today. Him who has this profound ability to bless pessimistic with pleasantry. Him, he is me, and I thank God for all of me. Yeah. So dear selves, dear you, dear us, how was your day today? I want to thank you for asking. I'm doing better now. Sincerely a pro now. Thank you. One last piece. I just like doing this piece, and it's very impactful. If you heard it last time, you heard it. But I really like this piece. Okay. Sandpaper. After blood, pain, sweat, and tears, it's gonna take a couple of years for the scars to disappear. A victim to her circumstance, she's tired of her struggles. Her life's in many pieces and are a part of a puzzle. A jigsaw is what she saw, what she was in for, and the sad part, a mirror was her only support. A cuddle or a hug is all she really needed, but the man she retreats to was constantly mistreated. Beaten and bruised, she can't take it no more. It's like she was the playoffs and he loves playing sports. See, I don't get it. Yeah. How do you deliver hands when you're a man? Her body is a temple. That wasn't part of the plan. She's delicate to the touch, but tough enough to withstand the hatred that you spew when you're the broken man. No, I'm just saying. Her blueprint was disrupted, so it's time for reconstruction. It's now time for a change, but there are no instructions. And if she acts funny, then she knows she's up to something, so she's stuck going in circles. And she's never gonna dump him. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Look at what consistency can do. Oh, a habit die hard, but let's hope they die faster than you. You say this is love, but this man has you shackled and is damn near voodoo. But you say this is love, but these sandpaper hugs will smooth you. Because listen, baby, your beauty is braille. So these sandpaper hugs will make your definition fail. He silenced you. And your mouth's turned to and your skin turns to goosebumps. You want to scream out, but your mouth is bruised shut. So your only cry for help is recited with a shrug. I say, what's up? After blood, pain, sweat, and tears, it's going to take a couple of years for the scars to disappear, but you'll never vanish. It may seem outlandish, but she wanted them to stay like all along. She had planted these permanent marks engraved in the dermis of her soul, learned the many lessons of new and of old. Well, she now bounced back with a skin like stone and the double strength of a healed broken bone, but how do you condone? Life was constantly mistreated, but she's used to the punishments, afraid of the demons, afraid of a man that says I love you and actually means it. And in walks a man that could possibly be God sent. But to what extent will you circumvent? Nah, that's too real for you to believe in. The only thief you're used to is the one that left you bleed. And see, you said I'm used to it. It only happens a few times a year. I mean, it's not that bad. See, the bruises, they disappear. Shh, I don't want him to hear you. Please disappear. And if I close my eyes tight, they will all disappear. He always says he loves me, and this is why I'm here. And I know he really means it because he says it loud and clear. Angry at her ignorance and innocence to the struggles, the man now cast in love was quick to rebuttal. Are you serious? Do you hear yourself right now? The man beats you. You even lost a child. Now look, Ma, I really want to love you. You're intricate, you're beautiful, and your mind speaks volumes. See, he is what you want, and I could be what you need. So forgive me if I feel the need to intervene. I would love to be the man to sweep you off your feet. And after all that, she found it hard to believe. How can another man, another demon provide this belief? The last man with this much passion was quick to deceive. So she says, no, I will do for me. But I thank you for the seed, for I will plant it and grow it into a tree. And every day, I will water it with my blood, pain, sweat, and tears. I mean, it may take a couple of years for the scars to disappear, but do they ever vanish? See, I believe God had it happen this way, like all along. He had planted these permanent marks engraved in the dermis of my soul, learned me many lessons of new and of old, like how to be bold, how to take control, and how to never let another man treat me this low. Because I've come to realize that 6 feet deep is as low as you can go. Thank you. Give it up for 2 cents, y'all.